Okay, this is the Dressmaker 7000, and this was basically as found. It wasn't stuck at all, but I oiled it. I didn't really clean it too much, but other than the bobbin case and the shuttle area, I think I'm going to take that race cover off and clean in there a little more thoroughly, because what I found was skipping stitches. Probably should put a new needle in there just to be safe also, but I'm going to clean a little more underneath. I also observed the motor wasn't performing really at all, so I tightened the belt up and it just got worse. I'm like, I'm going to have to disassemble. So the motor is maintainable, though it's not easy to get to the commutators to clean those off. I usually like with starter motors or motors, if I can, really lightly sand, I guess a very fine file if I have to, clean those off a little better. I wound up just putting the Q-tip in, kind of pull the fresh material to the surface, push back in, rotate. I kept doing that until that super shiny sheen was gone. Let's just pitch that. So, and then there's holes on each end with, it feels like a cloth or something for, let's see, you can see a little hole right there, and there's a hole underneath and both ends. So I put oil in there, and that really made the motor smooth, a lot smoother to turn around, to rotate. Put the commutators back in, and hooked her back up about as tight, and it seems to be going good now from a motor perspective. I was wondering, though, I'm not getting really good feed, so I was getting really inconsistent feed. So not only was zigzag, I was at 5 and then the longest stitch, and I tried moving around, and just wasn't really feeding right, I noticed. So I kind of looked, and this has the buttons to drop down. It was definitely dropping. It was definitely up, bringing them up, but the even up isn't really that far up. So I'm like wondering if this is last left off, and they're not really that sharp either. So maybe the feed dogs themselves are wore too much. But I have a feeling, just from what I can tell surface wise, they don't really seem to be that high up. So that's